Whoa, once again, welcome back to the channel. This is LD, LeightonD. I'm over here and I just got back from a wonderful watch event tonight. It was with Norqain Watches hosting the NHL. This is down here in Tampa. Saw a couple of wonderful YouTubers and watch industry personalities. I'm over here looking at them, such as Zach Blast from Time and Tide, Craig, Ben's Watches, James from Blue Collar Watches, and a couple other guys. And got a chance to hold the Stanley Cup. Something I never thought I would be able to do, because the only person that can touch the Stanley Cup is somebody who has won the Stanley Cup, and then you have to be able to hold the Stanley Cup with them. And that thing is heavy. I'm going to tell you this. For the guys that you see after they win the Stanley Cup rolling around there on the skates, or I say rolling, I guess skating, that thing is heavy. I give them much respect. But the guys under at Norqain had an event tonight. It was absolutely wonderful. I got to see the which watch is it, the Wild One. That Wild One was actually a great watch to see in person. Very light, very nice. It's something rated to like 5,000 G's of G-force, of impact. You can literally play golf in this thing, and for an automatic watch, it is great. But the watch that they announced, which was, and it's a, I don't know if it's the Independence, but it's the Adventure Chrono. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it right now. The Adventure Chrono, got to put it on wrist. I think it's 41 millimeters that I actually guessed it right away on wrist. Very comfortable. One of the things that I kind of geeked out on was that the small second hand had hockey sticks that were kept on turning as you looked at the watch. These watches, I'm going to talk about, they're about $5,500, which is actually, I will say, it's worth it. From what I've seen, the rubber, the handling, the touch, the feel, the look of the watch is great. If you're familiar with Norqain, you know that they share some very similar DNA with Breitling. They've been around since 2018. They have strategic partnerships with the NHL. They are adventure watches. They are watches that I wouldn't necessarily call them God watches, but they are everyday watches that you could use. So you can find them at, I know that we have them here in Tampa at a local jeweler in Tampa. I think they believe that Exquisite has them as well. They're there in Orlando. So they're around a couple places. They're making a bigger stake in North America. Roughly, I think on the low end, they're about mid twos. On the high end, they go close to 10, but I think for the most part, their entire watch brand is under 10 grand. So they're very approachable. I don't know if necessarily say attainable, but very approachable. The just some of the things I wanted to touch on there, just to see, the case back was nice. They're limited to one of 1917. So there's only 1917 editions of this. And I believe that the 1917 has to do with hockey, the NHL. So I believe that's what it is. You can tell me if I am wrong on that. I'm actually going to scroll up real quick to see. It says the watch features an open case back with scratch-proof flat sapphire glass, revealing exclusive markings in light gray and black, included limited edition, the NHL logo, and one of 1917, emphasizing its rarity and collectability. Excuse my voice, by the way, because I am just coming back from a trip and I was yelling and I think my voice is going. So, but I wanted to share this with you right now while I'm at it. Anyway, so what did I get at Norqain or at the event tonight besides open bar? It was an open bar. It was good. It was actually pretty good. Thank you for the folks at Norqain and NHL for hosting us. It was actually pretty cool. What did we get? Nice Nice Norqain bag. This is not sponsored by Norqain, but I wanted to actually talk about this real quick. Got a Norqain hat. Let's see if it fits me right away. Nope. Let's see. Just want to see how big my head was. All right. So, how does that look? It's been a while since I actually put on a hat on the tube. How does that look? Does that look okay? So, gave me that. Got a little mini Stanley Cup. And now I'm going to tell you this. Nothing else in the bag. Nothing else in the bag. This is a legit, let's probably do that a little bit better. This is a legit hockey puck. That's pretty cool. A legit hockey puck. I like that. So that was from Norqain. Had a good event. Met a couple people. I think if you're going to, I'll put that right there. I think if you're going to actually have these events, it gets people in the community. One thing I did like about this event, showed off the watch, showed off the cup, and it gave you familiar with the brand. Got to talk to a lot of people from the brand. And I think that was a good experience. I think that made me open to the brand. The real big thing is if it gets you to consider a different watch than the normal, the normal O's and R's and stuff like that, I think that is worth it. I think that events like this makes watch collecting, watch enthusiast, I think it makes it worth the trip. And thank you, Norqain, for hosting this and having us. And until next time, thank you again for watching. This is LD and Like a Fat Kid in Dodgeball. I'm out.